Drake Hill's here with Iain Wagner, USD Athletics. Iain, top bins, left foot.
Yeah.
And this is something you're not – that goal was probably, would you say, one of the better ones. But being able to, once again, get on the score sheet, now leading the Toreros in goals, how does that feel for you, especially after a win against LMU tonight?
I mean, it's an amazing feeling, obviously. Coaches want me scoring and kind of doing my job, so nothing I can complain about right now.
Yeah, speaking about Coach Brian Quinn, he said that in your freshman year, 1 year ago, that you actually could have scored 4 to 5 goals, some hitting crossbars, hitting the post, terrific saves by the goalkeeper. What does it do for your psychology to see the ball go through the net this time around this year?
It's an amazing feeling. Last year was a struggle getting the ball in the back of the net, but this year it's been a little different. So, that just instills confidence in me to, play my game and keep working hard.
Not only scoring, but able to be the one that's, whether it be a game winner or to pack the stats and give your team a cushion and make sure that 3 points is in the bag. How does that feel as you guys go into the last stretch of this season, end of October, and finish out November?
Yeah, we just got to keep it rolling. WCC is still up for grabs, so we got to keep winning, yep.
Now, what are you looking ahead to going up against a good Seattle team?
Yeah, Seattle team, I mean, we've never played them, new to the WCC, so we'll see. But as long as we play our game, I think we'll be fine.
Drake Hills for USD Athletics along with Luca Fava. 3-0 win for the Toreros over the LMU Lions. Luca, once again, being involved in the goal scoring tonight. Yeah. When you think about your role and how it actually manifests onto the field and seeing it through, once again, another win, what does that mean for you in knowing what you bring to the table is actually starting a goal sequence or actually recording the assists yourself?
Yeah, look, I mean, the coach emphasizes to us, do your role and help the team get over the line each half, play each half. And I'm trying to do everything I can to help the team. And if that includes, playing a good ball, Wags who's fighting good spaces, or defending, whatever it may be, that's part of it, And I take just as much pride, just as much pride in us getting that clean sheet as well as helping assist the goal. So, yeah, anything I can do to help the team, I'm going to do it. So, proud of the shift that everybody put in.
Fullbacks, wingbacks, you're running all day long.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you explain the balance of obviously what you've brought to the table offensively, but being able to be a part of yet again another shutout for the Toreros?
Yeah, look, I mean, that's our role. We have a lot of work to do, but that's a lot of trust that the coaches put in that position. And we have guys sitting on the bench that maybe don't play that can come in and help us, rest 10, 15 minutes. And that's why we can keep going the way that we do with the intensity we do. Running up and down, we cover a lot of ground, and, we trust the guys in front of us and the guys behind us to do their role, and they also trust us to do our part, and up and down, that's the game we have to play, and, we sign up for it, and that's what we're going to do, so, yeah.
Can you bring me inside, like, the huddle of the back line, Owen Walls, Ethan Warren, yourself, thinking about that group, Diego, the big number 9 for LMU, can you describe what is actually going on to make sure that you're shutting down week in and week out some of the stronger strikers that have been scoring goals in the WCC thus far?
I mean, look, we have a lot of experienced guys. Owen's played at a high level growing up, and Ethan coming from England, he knows sides of the game that we can't compare. And Jamar, he's not a center back by choice, but we trust him to do that role. And Ollie, the same thing. We trust him in his role, and we just communicate a lot. Off the ball, on the ball, being in the right position, covering for each other, sacrificing for the teammate. If he's made a run up, that's my job to sit back, and a lot of it is just talking, and we all have a really good relationship with each other, so that just makes it easier on the field, that people are able to listen to each other and take constructive criticism and instruction from each other.
Yeah, you mentioned Oliver Rose there. I want to shout out Oliver being a part of that back line. Once again, as a group, this team has been able to keep this streak alive in terms of playing at home. Seattle is coming to town. What do you expect from that game?
I mean, it's going to be another tough game. Every team that comes and plays us wants to knock us off. We are the reigning champs, and we wear that target on our back every day. We play and train, we have to be ready for the teams to come in and give their best. And some teams take it to us. Other teams, fall to the quality that we put out on the pitch. And, I don't expect anything else besides their best game. They're going to want to come out and keep themselves alive in this WCC run and see if they can boost their RPI. And, we have to handle that and help ourselves stay up there and push for that 4th.
Here with head coach Brian Quinn of the USD Toreros, 3-0 over the LMU Lions. First things first, Coach, when you come back home after a tough game on the road, What is it and what's important for a team at this caliber to put out this performance? What are you looking for?
It's a crucial part of the season. We've laid down the gauntlet, so to speak, for what we want to achieve from now to the end of the season. There's been no WCC team that has won 4 conference championships in a row. We can be the first team to do that, so that's our challenge. We're going to need a little bit of help along the way because Portland's very good, Oregon State's very good, but when we came back from Portland, we knew we had played well. We didn't get the right result, but the actual performance was very good, and tonight we just replicated that and played well again.
Cesar Brahena, 2 goals in this one, obviously 1 from the penalty spot, but once again, getting in through that channel to score that first goal to really open up the floodgates for your team. What has he done to get onto the score sheet as of late? What have you seen from him?
I think he's been fresh for all those games and lively. Earlier on the season he had a couple of little knocks and slowed him down a little bit, but now he's sharp, on top of his game. And then having watched some video, we were telling him, like, they make those little darting runs. Don't be trying to make 30, 40, 50 yard runs. Make 10, 12 yard runs and let us find you.
There he is.
By the time he scored.
Cesar Brahena walks off. And also another thing is defensively, we know what LMU has to offer from the number 9 up front. To be able to put out a shutout, especially against that team, what does it say about the defense and the way they've been playing as of late?
It's a continuation from last year when we talked about how our system's set up and how valuable the guys are wide, number 1, and then the 2 holding midfielders. And so when they're connected and communicating and shifting and covering, we're hard to break down. And I think we got a lot of credit last year from coaches in other teams where they said we were probably the most effective at playing that system and denying people opportunities, and it's the same personnel, and we've just continued this year, Drake.
What have you seen from someone like Iain Wagner, a sophomore who's going to come into this team? He's confident, clearly, being able to take that strike, left foot, top bins. What have you seen from him as a player, as a young man?
When we recruited him, we knew he was good. He's good running the goal. He's a clinical finisher. And then last year as a freshman, he really could have had 5 or 6 goals. He hit the crossbar twice. He had a couple of one-on-ones, and then the goalkeeper, I remember in some of the games, pulled off a couple of fantastic saves. So he could have had 5 or 6 goals last year. And now this year, they're going in. He never lost his focus, never lost his confidence. And I think we're seeing the best of him right now.
I'm thinking back, this week, thinking back to UC Irvine midweek, then going to UCSD that midweek, and then playing once again at the weekend. How are you going to approach it this time around to hopefully get the same result, right?
I think we're clear. All we need to do is recover. I mean, a couple of guys are nicked up, but the key is the next 2 days. We're not going to kill them at practice, but what we're going to do is work on recovering. And the guys who didn't play, we keep saying to those guys, there may be opportunities. So when your opportunity arises, be ready, and that's the message.
3-0 win for the Toreros over the LMU Lions. Head Coach Brian Quinn for USD Athletics.
Thanks, Trey.